Hey, theologians in cars getting coffee. This is Michael Patton. I want to talk to you about, I'm not really going to talk to you. I think what I'm going to do is talk to Angie. I did that deal over Angie, and the night she died, I didn't tell a whole lot of details about what led up to, her death and her suicide, my sister Angie. But I wanted to talk to Angie and tell her what I would say if she were in the car with me right now, and I only had a few minutes to talk to her, and I was the only one who got to talk. What would I say to her? And maybe it'll do some good out there. I don't know. But here's what I would say. Angie, I'm so sorry for what led to what you did. I can't imagine getting to the point where you can actually pull that trigger. And I know that some people would blame you. I don't blame you. I really don't. It's a few years later, 6 years later after you died, I went through something very similar where I wanted to die. It was so deep, the depression. It was so dark, the black hole, and I could not get out of it. And I saw nothing else. I saw no other things. I didn't die because of you. And the reason why is because I remember all the times that we went to the sessions and the depression counselors, and just all the study I had to do on depression. I remember knowing that eventually it would end. Eventually it could end somehow. And I think in the back of my mind in 2010, that's what it was. It was, I know that this will end, but I understand wanting to die, because I didn't even want to die because I was so scared about death. Everything was dark. Every option was dark. So I don't blame you. I am sorry, but I did want to talk to you and tell you about what happened afterwards. And I don't know how to describe it, because I've tried to think of how to tell you that what happened, and so that you understand. And I don't know that I'm going to do a good job, but things didn't go well. The things haven't gone well. I mean, we're 15 years, almost 16 years after your death, and it has been it's been a roller coaster. It's been terrible. I'm sorry to say that. You said we would all get over it. You said that within a year, I remember exactly you saying this, within a year we would all get over your death, and that did not happen at all. I mean, it created just a darkness for us all. I mean, it was we were all blind in life for a while. Mom, Dad, I mean, they were just out of their minds. Christy was out of her mind. All of us were. We just didn't know. It was so dark and so terrible. Now, I felt as if I had to hold the family together, and I moved back to Oklahoma after that to help out, and because Dad was drinking really bad after that. I mean, he blamed himself. He was the last person who saw you. He blamed himself for your death, for not stopping you. You know how he is. And I tried to pull it together. I tried to hold it together, and I was just, I don't know. I felt like I was going to come home and be the savior, and I certainly wasn't. I wasn't a savior. I got pulled into it, but within not very long. It was just the same darkness that they all felt, and it was hard. Now we were going on. We were doing things. We were having life and experiencing it, but after a while, Mom never got over it. Mom sat in depression all day long, never could sleep. Her blood pressure went up. She had a massive aneurysm, and she's still alive, but they had to remove half of her brain, and she's not well. I mean, she's well anyway. But Dad just sat around depressed, drinking. He just sat at the bar outside the house, drinking all day with his head down on the bar, and acting like you guys were best friends. I mean, that's what he did. He said, she was my right hand. That's all he would ever say while he was drunk. She was my right hand. And, he ended up dying too. a few years later, 2013, he just drank himself to death. That's basically what he did. He died of pneumonia, but he didn't care. He didn't care that he had pneumonia. He just wanted to die. That's all he ever wanted to do after your death. All of us, I mean, Christy got over it after a while. She was probably the worst out of the three of us, me, Lindsay, and Christy. And Christy, she went through dark depression, and she still does. And you were her best friend, and so she went through. I think we've all kind of experienced. We went from being blind in life to being colorblind in life, and I think now the best way to describe it is that we just have a color missing in our life. I mean, we can't see the color red. I don't know. Maybe that's it. It's just still there. It's always there. It's always this background music for our life of Angie's suicide, and it has affected us all the way until now. I am sorry. I really am. I'm sorry that you got to that point. I don't blame you, but it did affect us, and it has hurt us, and it is terrible. And I just want you to know that I love you, and I'm sorry, but you were wrong. You were wrong. We didn't get over it after a year by any means, and I don't know that we'll ever get over it.